Here are 3 of the things that might be keeping you broke, and don't worry, you can change them. Number 1 is your mindset, and whether you want to believe it or not, your thoughts create the reality around you. You are constantly manifesting things into your life, whether those are positive or negative things is completely up to you. In order to start changing this, you need to examine things like your limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are things that have been put into you subconsciously by your friends, your family, media, etc. When you hold limiting beliefs such as I'm broke or this is just how life is or bad things always happen to me, guess what? That's what's going to be your reality. Your brain is going to take the things that you put into it and show you evidence of those things. So if you constantly are telling yourself you're broke, you're going to get more evidence into your reality confirming that you're broke. You need to try to reframe those limiting beliefs by saying things like, I'm working towards my goals, or that's not a priority for me right now, etc. We also need to step out of victim mode, and don't get triggered by this. I used to be in victim mode too, where I would basically blame my situation on everything around me instead of actually taking accountability for my actions and my choices that put me into the situation that I was in. Part of leaving this mode is coming to the realization that nobody's going to just come magically save you. It is your responsibility to do whatever is necessary to change your situation and get into the situation that you actually want to be in. Now, saying this, I understand that there are things that are out of your control, like the current state of the economy, the current prices at the grocery store, etc. But you have to do what you can do to make your situation better. You cannot control certain things, so focus on the things you can control. Speaking of things you can control, number 2 is priorities. If you have no emergency fund in place, but you're constantly going out to eat, you're constantly taking trips, you're going shopping all the time, I say this with complete love and with no judgment whatsoever, your priorities are messed up. You really need to think about what are the things that are actually important to you, and are you a priority in your own life? If the answer to this is yes, you need to set yourself up for success and for security by having some type of savings. The way that you prioritize these things is actually sitting down and paying attention to your money, creating a budget you can actually stick to, and holding to those plans. Number 3 is huge, and I can almost guarantee that you're doing this now or have done it in the past. It's impulse spending. If you know that you're an impulse spender, you need to have a plan for this, whether that is having a certain fund in your budget just for impulses, or whether that is creating rules for yourself around impulse spending. One of those rules can be a waiting period, meaning that if you see something you want to impulse buy, you force yourself to wait a predetermined amount of time. Maybe it's 1 day, maybe it's 2 days, maybe it's a week. It's completely up to you. The point is to force the pause so that you can actually have time to think about it, because 9 times out of 10, you're not actually going to want to make that impulse purchase at the end of the waiting period. Understand that saying no is a skill and you need to practice it. Saying no to yourself gets easier over time once you realize that this is actually doing you a favor and actually making you make progress. Now, that's not to say you can never have things that you like. Like I said, put it in your budget, and when you learn how to budget effectively for your lifestyle, it literally changes the game. Now, as you may have heard, Supreme Court passed the TikTok ban this morning under the false pretense of data security, even though your own government is still going to be using TikTok. So please go follow me on this platform right here. I can't say it out loud. The link to this and my YouTube is at the top of my page. If you want to get more involved and you want my help personally, I have Her Money Mastery Academy, which has changed hundreds of women's lives at this point, and I give you your money back if it doesn't work, so check that out at the link at the top of my page. I also have the Budget Club, which is a monthly membership which costs less than a DoorDash order. The Budget Club is essentially a monthly accountability membership to help you create your budgets. We have live group calls every month, and it is a really good building block on top of the academy. Whatever you decide to do, I just want you to understand truly, you have the power to change your reality. You have the power to change your situation. You have the power to change anything or do anything that you want to do. All it takes is having the right information, being consistent, showing up for yourself. You got this, friend.